Just a joke, but what if Mars has water on it because we used to live there and we messed up the climate so badly that we had to send an escape pod to Earth with only Adam and Eve in it, and the pod was the asteroid that wiped out dinosaurs? Edit. Holy shit. This blew up. Wasn't expecting that, and thank you for the award. Edit 2. Thank you for another award and sorry for not being able to respond to every comment. Slite. Then we are all the product of incest, which would explain a lot. Okay, let's break it down. So we live on Mars. If we are capable of building an escape pod that could make it to another planet, remember, we can't even put people on Mars quite yet, and we've existed on this Earth for about 200,000 years, then there should be evidence of architecture or agriculture. Well, there's not. Okay, so what if over 200,000 years, intense atmospheric storms and unfiltered radiation from a dead atmosphere have weathered all evidence of human life away? The minerals we used would still be there. Turns out, there's loads of cool stuff on Mars for us to have used. Most of it comes from meteorites, but that isn't actually extremely different from Earth. It's unlikely, but feasible that there would be enough material due to Mars' lower gravity being less able to pull in asteroids. However, lacking a decent atmosphere does allow asteroids to contact the planet without incinerating like in Earth's atmosphere. Check that one off. So it's possible we lived on Mars and were able to build things that just weathered away since we left. Now about getting off the planet, WALL-E style. The primary component of space shuttles is aluminum, which, good for us, is abundant in the meteors that populate Mars. Access is easy to oxygen and hydrogen and other combustibles, so thrusters are a go. We can probably get off the planet. Cool. So we hurtle through space with just two of our kind left, Adam and Eve. As we're coming in hot, our protective aluminum shell is stopping the intense heat of the atmosphere from incinerating us. We fly in and bam, right smack dap on the end of the Yucatan Peninsula, 200,000 years ago. Well, now we have a new problem that some aluminum can't fix. Dinosaurs died over 65 million years ago. Quite a pickle. So let's consider the idea that, being descended from mammals, one of our ancestors was the one to crash down 65 million years ago. Good news. After the death of the dinosaurs, mammals took over the planet. Mammals had existed before the extinction, but check this out. The Placentalia is a hypothesized animal who was the ultimate descendant of every single placental mammal on Earth today. That's us. And the Placentalia evolved into existence just 400,000 years after the dinos died. That may sound like a long time, but it's actually incredibly short in geological terms. So given a degree of error on the calculations, we very well could have popped down right as the dinosaurs died. So, we, as Placentalia, crash down in a pod made from aluminum that our ancestors created from meteors around some 65 million years ago, and we die. Seriously. If us landing is what killed the dinosaurs, we gotta hit hard. The average speed for meteors crashing into Earth is stupid fast. I'm talking 25,000 to 160,000 mph. We could survive by making preparations to slow the drop as we come in. But then the dinosaurs don't die because we don't hit hard enough. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Let's try something else. Say we have the most incredible, physics-bending impact technology ever. Super airbags. We live after slapping the Yucatan Peninsula at a raging speed. Unfortunately, no dinosaurs are dying from something that was built to house two people. This thing has to be massive. And when I say massive, I mean 7 to 50 miles wide. You could pay me to convince me it's possible to lift 7 miles wide of aluminum off of the surface of Mars, considering its low gravity. But the real kicker here is that the mass of this pod must have ranged from 1 to 460 quadrillion kilograms. That's a lot of kilograms. But unfortunately, aluminum is one of the lightest metals out there, and that's kind of why we picked it for spacecrafts in the first place. So it is literally, physically impossible to have an aluminum pod that is large enough and heavy enough to have caused the damage that was dealt to the Yucatan Peninsula. But who really knows anyway? I hope you enjoyed reading through that as much as I enjoyed writing it. Smiley face. Edit. Wow. Thank you guys for taking the time to read all of that. It was fun to write lol. Thank you for the awards.